Hey everyone, we're at the flat top and today we are going to go through my Delfonics pouch. This is the medium in navy. As you can see, she's very thick. And honestly, there's not much inside the middle. It's mostly just pens. So let's get started. As you can see, I have quite a few pins on here. We can go through these. These are all from Strike Gently. As you can see, I like cats, and all of these say I'm fine. This one actually glows in the dark. I like her a lot. This one actually used to be on my work badge, and I took it off and put it on here because it just made more sense. Since now I work from home, I can get more enjoyment out of it that way. And since I do work in the medical field, the pill bottles seemed appropriate. So these are little pills that all say I'm fine. And a little knife because I'm always cutting things. And you can see on here I have my little rose gold paper clips, a heart, a leaf, my binder clip, and a big old paper clip from Erin Condren that I got a long time ago. The side has a cat again and a little Grim Reaper that glows in the dark riding a cat. Pretty cute. I like him. And then on this side we have a duck holding a knife and another knife here that says I will cut you, but in pretty little letters. If we go on to the back, this one is actually quite vulgar, so I won't show him, but this is the three-headed cat, and I have my little pop-up cat right here. It reminds me of my cats. I do have two black cats. They are named Manny and Knox. So that's why I have that. As you can see, I love all of my cat insignia. So to get into the actual Delfonics pouch itself, you can see I have 3 pens here. Well, actually, this is a mechanical pencil. It's little twin stars, just rainbow, very cute. It is a Uni Kuratoga, which every time you write, it actually, the pressure on here, you can see it kind of move this little orange thing. It keeps the lead from going dull. It keeps it always at a point, so that's nice. I do use this for journaling quite a bit because I like to plan out my weeks before I write them down in pen. So I usually use this, but this is a Uni Style and Fit 5-in-1. This one actually comes as a completely customizable pen. It does hold 5 inks. Well, it could be 6 inks. I actually put a pencil right here. But it has the pencil insert refill, and then I have 5 inks, a blue black, a purple, a pink, and a brown black, and then a 0.5 millimeter pencil. So that is the Uni Style and Fit. I believe all of these pens are in 0.38. They're very thin. I usually like to write gel pens very thin. And then this is a Uni Jetstream for Kiki's delivery service. As you can see, more cat themed. Love this little guy. Very cute, very my aesthetic. Black, pink, 2 favorite colors. This one comes the standard black, blue, green, red, and then a pencil. This one also is in the 0.38, and it does have a little eraser on top, so that's nice. Not that it gets a whole lot of use, but that's okay. I do also have another multi-pen. This is the Uni Jetstream Light Touch 4-in-1, and it does have the same black, blue, green, red, and a pencil. This is also in 0.38. Or no, I'm sorry, this is 0.5. This is a 0.5. All of these are 0.5, which is fine. I don't use this one much. I prefer to use my Kiki's delivery service just because it's my favorite. So that's why. But I use this if I ever run out of ink refills for this. So that's the story with the Jetstream Light. The rest of the pens in here are actually vintage Sarasas, Zebra Sarasas. And I do have both the 0.38 nanos and the 0.5 regular vintage Sarasa clips in here. I don't have all of the colors of each in here. I do have them all though. They're just in a drawer separate from this. These are the colors that I use most often. And then my other favorite pens right here are the Uniball Signo DX in 0.38. You can see they've been used a little bit. This one is in blue black, purple black, red black, brown black, and green black. So those are my favorite. They're all 0.38. Love a thin, fine line. And then we actually go into, I have a purple Uni Jetstream that I love. This is actually a 0.5, and it's one of the few purple ballpoint pens that I found. And then these are just two Unisigno 0.28s, and I have one in blue black and one in purple. Now I do use blackout journals, so I have to have at least one Unisigno, the UM153 in white. This one's actually almost empty, so I need to dig out a new one of those. I have a few of them in my drawer. And then I have my brown pens here, my Pigma Micron, and my Pentel Energel liquid ink gel in 07, which is, I think these are called, this is brown or sepia, something. I don't know, they're brown. And the rest of this particular pocket is filled with fountain pens. These are, I have two Ecos in here, TWSBI Ecos. I don't use these a whole lot, even though I do like the colorway of them, just because I'm not a huge fan of the ink. This one has shimmer ink in it, so you always have to twist it, and it gets clogged at the nib, because this is a, I believe this is a medium nib. I can't tell. I want to say this is a medium nib, but and this one is the white or cream and rose gold. This is a fine nib, but this one has Tatcha Benetsuki ink in it, and this one I believe is a Robert Oster shimmer ink. Not huge fans of these. They're both red or pink-ish in color, but I don't use them a whole lot because I just don't. Then I have two Lamy Safaris in here, a pink one, which is, I believe, a bold, no, sorry, broad. This is a broad nib pen. Yes, it's broad. And then this one is a Lamy Safari AL in the sage color. This is a medium. I actually quite like this pen. I just don't love the ink in it. I would prefer more of a sage green ink, and right now it has kind of a green olive ink in it, which honestly kind of reminds me of throw up, so I don't use that one super often. I'm waiting on an order from Yoseka. I got two new inks from them, and I'm looking forward to putting them in this just to try them, because I do love the pen, and I actually have a few more pens. Like I have another Lamy Safari AL that's pink that holds Robert Oster's Pink Squirrel that I really love, and that's in my case right here. But this is a Delta collaboration with Atlas Stationers. It's a 2024 limited edition, and it's in the colorway called Happiness. And you might recognize this. It's very, very similar to the SD Sweet Dreams. It even has the same rose gold hardware on it. This is a brass nib. No, it's a steel nib. Sorry. It's a steel nib, and it's in a fine. I like this pen. I just don't love the ink in it. Again, it's like a grayish, I think it's called Gray Seas in here from Robert Oster. This one I write with, but it's too much of a shading ink for me in my journal to read legibly. So honestly, I'm looking forward to changing this ink out and trying something different. The rest of my pens in here are cheapies from Amazon, except for this one. This one is the Pilot E95S in a medium nib. I love this pen, don't love the ink. I need to switch out my inks. This one actually has a gold nib, and it writes super well. I love how it writes. I don't love that it has a teeny tiny little converter in here. As you can see, it's pretty much empty. I should clean it out. Probably not going to until I'm ready to refill it though. But this is in the burgundy shade, and it is very, very reminiscent to me of the Kaweco Sports. I do have a couple of those in the back of my pouch here, but we can get into those later. It's posted and it writes really well. This is one of those pens though that I think has to be posted. I have small hands and this is even too small for me. So I like the way that it sets in my hand when I write posted. But that is the E95S with a gold nib in medium. And then I have a Monteverde fountain pen here in the splatter print. Some Hongdian pens, fountain pens. This one has feathers on it and a little dove on the top. Just a regular nib. It is pretty. It's a pretty nib, but these don't get too much use. The Rainbow Forest Hongdian, I don't know how you say it. I think this is the cotton candy colorway Hongdian. So that is that pocket. I do have this pocket down here which houses a friction ball point pen. Occasionally I'll use this for journaling. I don't use it too often. I just like to have one on hand for safekeeping, mostly because I don't ever take, most of this stuff I don't take in the car, but this disappears, the ink disappears with heat. So I'm always super paranoid about my ink not being permanent. So I don't use this super often. I do like that it can be erased, but it's not on my top list of pens. These two are actually little micro knives, and you can see this one's unused. It still has the plastic on it, and this one is used, and it's just like a little mini X-Acto knife. I do have two lead cases in here, a 2B and a 4B. I alternate between these in my multi-pens and also in my Kuratoga, depending on the depth of, you know, color and saturation that I want in my lead. And then I have two the eraser refills, and then the Tombow Mono Zero eraser that acts just like a pencil but is an eraser. So that's that pocket. And then in this middle pocket here, I actually have my stationery supplies that are like utility things. So I have my Cricut scissors, Cricut tweezers. I like these for stickers. I actually didn't like these at all for my actual Cricut projects, but I found that I like to use these for attaching stickers to my journal. And they have that, like, you can just peel them up, put them down, and smooth them out. I really like these. I think they're nice, so I keep them in there. Do have a glue stick for when I don't want to use my adhesive runner. But the last thing in here is actually a cheapy adhesive runner. I believe this is from Shein, but most of the time I don't use this. I use my Tombow adhesive tape runner, which has refills in it. It's able to be refilled, and that's what I love about it. When I run out, I can just pop a refill in and it's good. But I don't keep that in here. I keep that in my drawer just because usually when I'm scrapbooking and doing stationery stuff that requires glue or adhesive, I'm usually at home. I'm not gonna paste something in my journal. Usually, I mean, there's glue in there, but it's fine. And then in the back, in the big pocket, I have some paper samples. These are just little scrapbooking papers. These ones are letters, vintage letters that I like to use as backgrounds for photos. I do have a transparent sticky note pad here. I like to keep these in the back of my passport journal because that is where my actual planner is housed. I have a Traveler's Company passport size weekly planner, and I keep this in the back because sometimes if I'm at like my son's doctor's appointments, or if I'm at my own doctor's appointments or wherever, I can write it on here and not necessarily have to go searching through my journal to find the page, write it down. I just write it on here, and then when I come home, I can stick it in the journal that fits. So that's that. I have some Midori transfer stickers. These are great. They don't add a lot of bulk to your journal. They're actually pretty flush with the paper. They don't make any bumps or anything like that. So I have those. And then I have some stickers. These are Midori, the sleep stickers. I like them just because they have little cats in there and unicorns and rainbow bunnies, stuff like that. The Midori index tabs. I do use these on my passport for the weekly inserts to designate the different months. I don't go through these very often. I think it's taken me almost 2 years to go through this. And you can see there's still more. There's still plenty more in there. So that'll probably last me another 2 years. And then just some random cat stickers, Midori stickers, cats, more cats. I do have some index clips. I know you can't see them, but they are on the inside of here. They're in the gold color or orange colorway from Midori. And then I have some Celestial stickers that I can put around dates. I think it might be the Zodiac collection. I don't know. They have little stars though, and little telescopes, globes, stuff like that you can put in your planner. I like these just for, you know, putting out important dates, stuff like that. And then I also have more paper samples for my pictures and some double-sided tape. So that is the biggest back pocket. And as you can see, this Velcro back here does not come together. There's just too much stuff in it. I do have these little Midori index, or I guess they're not index, they're just tabs, bookmarks, I guess, for your pages. I have 3 of them back here. One of them currently lives in my traveler's passport notebook as a book holder or a bookmark, but I have the other 3 right here just for decoration. I do have my 2 Kaweco Sports, one in mint, one in pearl. And then I have 2 more pocket pens that are Hongdian M2s, I believe. Yeah, M2s. And I like these very much. I think they write super well. They're super cheap. And they have little yin yang cats on them, which is perfect. They're cute and they fit me. I love them. So I keep these back here to write in my journal when I'm feeling like a pocket pen. And that is it for this pocket. And then this pocket just houses another sticky note, transparent sticky note in a different size. So that is the outside of the Delfonics pouch. The inside is pretty simple. I have some washi tape samples here. These are from one of my washi tape boxes that I just don't like to go into because I find it overwhelming. So I made cards with most of the washi tape in there. And then I have actually a couple more acrylic bins of like my nicer washi tape, which is like Yohaku or my MT tapes or BGM tapes, stuff like that. This one is Pipsticks. Both of these are Pipsticks, Rainbow, Graph, and just plain Rainbow Gradient. I like to keep those separate from my super random and colorful space and black and all that stuff. Just because I don't know, they just don't go together. It doesn't really, I don't really use these all that much, which is why I keep them on sampler tabs instead of going and trying to find them all in there. I also have my Canon Ivy printer and some film for it. This is not the film that is supposed to go with Canon Ivy printers, since they are a pretty proprietary brand. They want you to use their paper, but little life hack for you: if you keep the Canon blue lineup cards, you can use any 2x3 photo paper you want. So when you open this up, it's gonna have a little foil thing in here filled with your film and another blue card. You just simply don't use that blue card. You use a Canon blue card and it lines up just fine. It prints out the same. It's still zinc paper. So yeah, I don't notice a difference. And then these are just some stickers and some pictures of my baby. I used these for his baby book. I picked him out a long time ago. So that's just what's in there. And that is it for the Delfonics pouch. I hope you guys had fun going through it with me. If you have any questions, let me know. Are you interested in getting a Delfonics pouch? Is your Delfonics pouch as chunky as this? If it is, please let me not feel so alone. Let me know in the comments. All right, if you have any questions, suggestions, anything like that, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.